All right, my next guest is one of those congressmen pushing for Congress to work through the August recess. Republican Andy Biggs from Arizona joins me now. So is this thing getting any traction, Congressman?
Well, surprisingly, I think it is. It's undercurrent. We're little pebbles rolling down the hill trying to create an avalanche, but I think we're picking up steam, yeah.
How many? I guess you just need a majority of congressmen in order to have a quorum, right? So you could have all the Democrats not show up and all the Republicans show up and you'd have a quorum. You could get stuff done.
Well, yeah, absolutely you could. I'm not sure that it would work out just like that, but the reality is we want to get something done. I think there's a lot of us that came in on that promise. A lot of old-timers here who consider it vital that we should stay in as well. So I'm very hopeful. I'm hopeful that we can, stay in.
It is funny, though. It's one of those, as Tracy was just saying, it's one of those things where nobody will say, we have to have a recess. Nobody wants to admit that they have to have a vacation. But they're kind of hemming and hawing about going along with the canceling of the August recess. In the end, practically speaking, it's still a long shot, right?
Well, I think it's a long shot, but I mean, the optics are so bad to take 4 or 5 weeks off when we know that we have, a budget deadline looming. You have a debt ceiling debate that has to take place. Plus, we have the big timber to cut still of the health care repeal and the tax reform package. These are things that we have to get done, so.
And there is one thing that Congress people would like to avoid. That is going to these town hall meetings, some of which have become kind of riotous. When the people, I remember the Tea Parties back in the day after the 2010 elections, they got traction. Now the left wing is putting its people in the audiences, and it's kind of hard to get business done at these town halls.
Well, that can be pretty tough, but I mean, the reality is I head back virtually every weekend, and I meet with constituents, business groups, voters, and of all kinds, talk to people. And you know what? It all comes back to the same thing. They want something done,
right? And
it's hard to get something done when we're not in session.
Well, it's also hard to get stuff done when you are in session. I'm thinking of health care, and it's just, God almighty, just the Republicans themselves. You got your left side and your right side. The left wants to keep Medicaid spending where it is. The right side wants to cut a lot of it off. I mean, I'm just wondering what concerns me the most, because I'm worried about the growth in the economy, is that tax cuts could get crowded out by all this focus on health care. What do you think?
Well, I think that one thing that everybody's unified on is the tax reform package. I mean, there's a few, in my opinion, that's just like a soundboard faders. You just need to move those to get to equality there. And I think we're pretty close on that, and we're working on that. And that's why, if you've got the momentum, why would you unplug for a month and not stay plugged in and get this stuff done?
Well, that's great news about taxes. Let's leave it on that hopeful note about taxes. Andy Biggs, good to see you. Have a wonderful vacation. If you take one, if you don't, we hope you get some work done. Andy Biggs.